Hello everyone and welcome to International Film Festival Etiuda&Anima. My name is Paulina and I'm pleased to introduce you our next guest. It's Simon Schnellmann. Hello Simon.
Hi everybody.
Simon is a director of the short animation movie The Last Drop. And I have to tell you that your animation beautifully portray every stage of cancer treatment, starting from frustration, anger of the main protagonist through the fear of death, and in the end, a little confusion and maybe the feeling of emptiness after ending the treatment. And I was wondering, maybe you would like to share with us what was your motivation to create this animation movie?
It was the whole movie is based on a personal experience, and of course, because I had for myself, I had cancer, and I had to make chemotherapy, and of course, this short film the treatment is very shortened, so of course that doesn't. It wasn't my goal to show a real chemotherapy, but some elements are there, and they mainly come from my sketchbook, because of course a long treatment sometimes very boring, and to focus on something else, I made many sketches in my sketchbook, and so that was that's where it came from. Actually.
Okay. Is it your natural style? I mean, this cartoon style of preparing animation movies, or it was your decision to show us the story about chemotherapy treatment through the cartoon animation?
I have this rather funny style, cartoonish style, and that's. But it also I thought it would fit perfectly for this rather sad theme. I mean, so you have a little contrast, and actually something that I learned in this therapy was that. I wasn't fighting against the cancer, because you can't fight cancer actually. And you have to get through a long therapy, and it's very exhausting, but humor helps you a lot. And so with this cartoon thing, I could bring this humor into this rather sad, how do you say, in this sad story. And so, for me, it fits well, and it makes a little contrast. So, or it makes a strong contrast.
Okay, so this animation actually helped you to build the distance to your situation.
Yeah, actually, the animation came a lot. I mean, this therapy was a long time ago, and now. It worked well for me, and I'm really I'm cured now, and but in the time there, I had my sketchbook, and so when I talked to friends which came to visit me, we always made fun or something. Of course, there were moments when you don't make fun about something, but I mean, in general. I think it helps you a lot. It was I mean, I can't say that everybody has to go through cancer or therapy, and then you make jokes. Maybe that doesn't work for much people, but for me it was it helped me to get through this chemotherapy, and all these stories or I made these sketches, they had always something funny or maybe cynical a little bit, and so that worked for me. And it's not that I want to say, yeah, in general, if you're in a bad situation, you just have to laugh and it goes away. But yeah, that's not a general message. It's like my own way to get through bad times.
Okay. So were you able to speak with your friends and family through these sketches? You didn't have to tell them any words just to show them sketches? That's how they
No, not
worked?
yeah. No, that was. I guess I kept them in my sketchbook, and I made in this time. I filled a lot of sketchbooks, and they rather disappeared. And when I checked my old sketchbooks, yeah, I saw these drawings, and I thought, yeah, maybe I should go back and maybe make this film, because it was a long time of my life, and it was a hard time, and so maybe I had to go through again and try to make a movie out of it. And yeah, with my family, I rather, I don't know, in my family personally, it was like, I mean, I was you can't always, there's not, I was in the hospital a long time, and most of the time I was alone because nobody stays with me 24 hours. And what I remember, that I was hiding my sketchbook from the personal, from the hospital. I mean it's now from the doctors and something. When they came in, they always wanted to see what I'm drawing, but I was a little bit embarrassed because the sketches they weren't thought to communicate. That was just for me. I mean, the communication with my friends or they weren't through these sketches. I don't know if I could. This is an answer for your question.
Yeah, I think it is. Thank you. Yeah, I was wondering because you, in your animation, we cannot see a doctor or a nurse figure. Instead of it, we have a relation with a relation of the main protagonist with drip stand, and I was wondering, why did you decide to not showing us any doctor or nurse character there?
Yeah, the thing is that this animation has a really fast fast cuts, and so it's very it would be very difficult to follow the story when there are many characters, I thought. And so in fact this ivy pole or this character, he is a nurse too, or a doctor, because he is caring for the patient. So he has all these persons in it. And so I made one person, and I choose to make it with this pole because that's what I remember, having always this thing with me, and it was really unhandy, and you can walk, and yeah, you tire it, and then you have this thing, and it doesn't really it was, but actually it's in this person. So
Okay. Another thing, I think that I liked also how you portray a deaf figure, a deaf character. In your animation movie, deaf doesn't seems to be mean a character or like a horror character. It's just a character who has had to something to who have who is really busy because deaf have to make some work, and the deaf doesn't have doesn't have time. So she or he seems to be really well organized, and in the same time it was full of a humor. This is how I interpret this character. So can you say us something about it? How did you plan this? to portray the deaf figure in your animation movie?
Yeah, that's a good question because, of course, the deaf in my movie is very stereotype. I mean, from the drawing, because it's like this skull, and yeah, and that was another decision. You have to understand on in the moment who is this person, and so I made this stereotype drawing. And but in the other hand, yeah, he's very nice, and so because I didn't want to have this really scary death, because for me it was like in reality, for me, a chemotherapy, yeah, that's a very long process, and it's annoying, and it's boring too, and yeah, it's something it's something strange, and this maybe I wanted to at some point when you're so annoyed and so tired, you think, oh, it would be, I'd rather be deaf. So it's your choice. You say, that's so annoying. Yeah, deaf is a good option. And so I wanted to have this deaf person who made always the suggestion. Do you want to come to me, or do you want to stay there? And he's rather a nice person. He doesn't really. And I don't know. I didn't want that he is acting too much and grabbing this little person and take it with him. I just wanted that he's like yeah, and I don't know the term in English, but he's like a car. Someone who sales a car is very nice and says, yeah, maybe for you deaf is the right thing. To die is the right thing.
Yeah, the deaf in your animation movie, it looked like a person or like a figure who is just natural to this situation, or maybe to the place where the main character was, in the hospital or in the treatment house. Just natural, or maybe one of the guy who works there, and that's it.
Yeah. That's a good thing. Yeah, that's maybe good point you have there.
Okay, thank you, Simon, for our conversation. I'm really glad that you with us on our animation festival, and
yeah, thank you.
Good luck with your next project. Maybe could you tell us something a bit? What will it be?
Yeah, it's I can't tell. It's like I want to make an animation for which for it has something to do with our with smartphones and VLAN, and I have a little idea, and now I will check if it grows over time. And so yeah, I hope it will grow, but we will see. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I have sketches again, and then we will see.
Okay. Thank you for that, and good luck with that, with developing your idea. Thank you again, and see you one day, maybe. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, and maybe see us in the next year. Bye.
Bye.